Where is your passion or interest for space coming from?
Actually, do you want to know a secret? I'm not really a space person. Came into the space domain from mining. By thinking about things differently in space, can we rethink how we use our resources on Earth?
You started the Pearl in 2022, right? Where do you stand now? What is the research you're doing right now?
So the Pearl is funding a project based on sustainability and responsibility with respect to space resources. So we take some of our terrestrial concepts for resources, things like recycling, circular economy, and then we also look at enabling technologies. So things like the handling and separation of the lunar regolith, the dust that coats the surface of the moon. Where we are now, last November, the team went on a lunar gravity parabolic flight. So they built some hardware to look at size separation under lunar gravity, and they went up on these parabolic flights, goes up and down. That was an ESA funding call that they applied to, and that for us was a real milestone because we had technology that was developed in-house primarily by a PhD, but then built by a team of researchers that was flown in this parabolic flight opportunity.
Any outcomes that you could, or learnings that you could take out of it, and that now you're continuing working on?
Yeah, we're currently analysing the data still. There's a lot of data to analyse, but what we're most excited about is that we have now we have the flight heritage, as they say in the space sector. We have the experience of building equipment to fly, in this case, but also one of the most exciting things that we always look for is terrestrial crossover as well with our technologies, and these particle handling technologies are adaptable and applicable for processes that we have on Earth.
So why is the concept of sustainability important also in space resources?
The concept of sustainability in space is really important because we're starting from the beginning.
Okay.
And I think we are all very aware of the impact we've had on Earth of our use of resources, and so one of the big opportunities here is to learn the lessons of what we've done on Earth and not to repeat them in space. So in other words, we can say, okay, how can we do this bit differently? If we are going to go and build a base on the moon, then how can we do this using using local resources? How do we do this by minimizing impact, by minimizing legacy? And then how can we bring that back to Earth? What can we learn by thinking about things differently in space? Can we then rethink how we use our resources on Earth?